The Washington D.C. Mall attracts 24 million visitors a year. No wonder why, as most of the DC attractions are situated around the mall. Today I'll walk you through all the things you need to do to make sure you have a memorable Washington D.C. trip. Start at one of the most popular museums in the world, the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. It's very important to understand that the museum releases free timed entry passes about 6 weeks in advance. If you don't secure your pass before your trip, you won't get in. Free timed entry passes do not limit the amount of time you can spend at the museum, but once you exit, you cannot re-enter. This museum can get crowded, so I'd recommend you make this your first visit of the day. You can spend as much time in the museum as you would like. My favorite museum exhibit is the actual 1903 airplane built by Wilbur and Orville. This invention not only solved a long-studied technical problem, but helped create an entirely new world. Next, visit America by Air, which traces the history of commercial aviation in the United States from airmail to airlines. This exhibit shows how the federal government has shaped the airline industry, how improvements in technology have revolutionized air travel, and how the flying experience has changed, and how different airlines have fared over the course of the history of commercial airlines. Nation of Speed recounts our desire to become the fastest on land, sea, and air, and spoils space in pursuit of commerce, power, and prestige. It features iconic vehicles from Mario Andretti's Indy 500 win race car and the technology developed to propel people faster and faster. Next, head west along the National Mall to the World War II Memorial. This impressive memorial is to those Americans who served during World War II, including my dad, who was a World War II vet. The granite pillars representing all 56 states and territories and the two triumphal arches are dedicated to the Atlantic and Pacific theaters surrounding the fountain and makes for a beautiful, inspiring sight. This is a relatively new monument on the National Mall and was completed in 2004. It is located between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. Given its central location, it's easy to visit and should not be missed. You can soak your feet in the pool, but you can't walk around the pool. If it's hot, you'll see plenty of people selling water and other cold drinks. Continue head west to the Lincoln Memorial. It was dedicated in 1922, and it's one of several memorials built in honor of American presidents. It's been on major tourist attractions since its opening, and over the years has occasionally been used as a symbolic center focused on race relations and civil rights. It's then only a short walk north to the Vietnam Memorial. This is a especially moving monument because of how actively loved ones still come there to leave gifts and flowers. It's a reminder of the ravages of war and how it hurts families and their survivors. There are registry books at both ends of the monument to help locating somebody's name by the panel. For me, this was a very sober experience. Walking by a small monument built to commemorate 58,000 Americans killed in Vietnam. You can still see families with kids coming here and looking for relatives' names who died more than a half century ago and half a world away. Next, walk to one of the most beautiful of the monuments in Washington, D.C. This monument is dedicated to one of our most important founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, writer of the Declaration of Independence and the third president of the country. The memorial is particularly beautiful after dark when it is illuminated. It can be visited 24 hours a day. Inside is a giant bronze statue of Jefferson standing 19 feet tall. It's engraved in the interior walls. Engraved in the interior walls of the memorial are some of Jefferson's most famous writings, including excerpts from the Declaration of Independence. The view of the Jefferson Memorial across the tidal basin is stunning. It takes a bit of effort to visit this memorial as it is located off the National Mall, but I still think it's worthy of a visit. Next, visit the Franklin D. Roosevelt Memorial. This is a beautiful memorial to one of the United States' greatest presidents who led our country out of the Great Depression and through World War II. In addition to the beautiful setting, shaded under trees and with a waterfall, is engraved in stone are some of FDR's most famous quotes. From speeches, many speak out against tyranny and emphasizing the importance of protecting our freedom. This is very important and appropriate now given the current state of the country. Visiting this memorial was very inspirational. The memorial, along with the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial and the Korean War Veterans Memorial, can be visited when walking from the Lincoln Memorial to the Jefferson Memorial through the West Potomac Park along the south bank of the tidal basin. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video for additional content.